Unit 1.7 Periodic Trends. Why does an ion of phosphorus P3- have a larger radius than a neutral atom of phosphorus? A. There is greater Coulombic attraction between the nucleus and the electrons in P3-. B. The core electrons in P3- exert a weaker shielding force than those of a neutral atom. C. The nuclear charge is weaker in P3- than it is in P. D. The electrons in P3- have a greater Coulombic repulsion than those in the neutral atom. So looking at the phosphorus P right over here, P has 15 electrons and 15 protons. So it's going to look like this. 2 electrons in the first shell, and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So this is going to be the neutral atom of phosphorus with 15 electrons. And phosphorus ion is going to have 3 more electrons and look like this. And since phosphorus ion has 3 more electrons, it's going to have more repulsion force than attractive force. And that means the electrons is going to push one another, creating bigger radius. And so that means the radius of a phosphorus ion is going to have a bigger radius than the neutral atom of phosphorus due to the repulsive force, and it's going to be easier for phosphorus ion to take the electron out. And that means that it will be easier to lose electrons in the phosphorus ion than a neutral atom of phosphorus. So knowing that, let's take a look at the answer choices. A. There is greater Coulombic attraction between the nucleus and the electrons in P3-. That is not true because it's going to have more repulsion force than attractive force in the phosphorus ion. B. Core electrons in P3- exert a weaker shielding force than those in the neutral atom. That is also not true because shielding force means decrease in attraction between electron and nucleus. And having weaker shielding force means that it's not a decrease in attraction between the electron and nucleus. It's going to be increase in attraction between electron and nucleus. And increase in attraction between electron and nucleus means the radius is going to be smaller. However, we know that having 3 more electrons is going to make the radius bigger, not smaller. So it should have a bigger shielding force and a bigger decrease in attraction between electron and nucleus. So this is not true. C. The nucleus charge is weaker in P3- than it is in P. That is also not true because P3- has nuclear charge of -3, while P has charge of 0. The electrons in P3- have a greater Coulombic repulsion than those in the neutral atom. That is true because of the 3 more electrons. It's going to have bigger Coulombic repulsion, bigger radius, than the neutral atom, which has smaller Coulombic repulsion and smaller radius.